Hi everyone, and welcome to my presentation on the efforts to make Victoria a 24-hour place. In this presentation, I'll focus on how transforming Victoria into a 24-hour economy benefits society, and the strategies and plans that will be put in place to make it happen. But first of all, here's a bit of a background. So as you know, Victoria's society has changed a lot over time. People are moving to Victoria, recently in record numbers, with the growth highest in most of Melbourne's outer suburbs. The role of politicians and policymakers are to make sure those people are accommodated for and being serviced in an effective manner. To achieve this, there needs to be some flexibility in the delivery and organisation of services. A common problem that needs flexibility to resolve the issue will be, for example, people coming into the Melbourne CBD in time for work, Monday to Friday, from 9, and then they work till 5, and then they head home. By staggering rosters and encouraging people to stay in the Melbourne CBD after work, or decentralised jobs to regional centres or suburban Melbourne, there will be less traffic congestion and overcrowding on public transport. Also, if we look back more than 30 years ago, many people head to Melbourne CBD area only for work purposes. Back then, there was little activities in cafes and restaurants on late nights and weekends. There was very little apartments in the CBD and surrounding areas. There were precincts that just wasteland, and the city loop had just opened. Nowadays, we see more people heading into the city and surrounds, not just for work but for many different purposes, transforming the CBD and giving it its vibrancy and image. The supply of apartments has been driven by more visitors to Melbourne and an increased student population. This would not be made possible without the efforts of successive local and state governments. To further add to this, a number of major projects are currently underway, such as the Melbourne Metro Rail project, which delivers efficiency in moving people in and out of the city. Melbourne isn't just an attractive place by day, but also has a vibrant nighttime economy too. Each night, particularly Friday and Saturday nights, there are people who want to hang out at bars, clubs and pubs. As a future Victorian MP, I wanted to make sure that this continues to happen so people can exercise their rights and freedom. Our licensed venues and our drinking culture are regulated by Victoria's Liquor Licensing Board and have last seen its major overhaul 20 years ago. Back in 2008, where we had a trial of a lockout at 2 AM in Melbourne, it was unsuccessful, so it was abolished. There was an increase in violence and it's criticised by many people and businesses. In fact, the disadvantages far outweigh the benefits. We're always looking for ways to make sure people have the rights and freedom to have a night out at any time and do so safely. It is inhumane to punish the entire society for antics of a very small minority of people. There are some regional centres that still have lockouts in place. So think of Ballarat, Bendigo, Latrobe Valley and Wodonga, and these issues will be addressed later on in the presentation. Sydney currently have a lockout and Queensland was very close to having one. Luckily we don't. We've learned from other places and clearly know that lockouts are not the answer to reducing violence. Under my leadership, I'll do everything I can to make sure Victoria stands out from the rest of Australia and the world. From January 1, 2016, Victoria trialled all-night public transport on weekends, running trains, trams and buses to Melbourne suburbs and a bus service supplying Melbourne to major regional centres. This provided many people with an affordable way to get home safely. The result? It was successful, so it's here to stay. I want to see this all-night public transport network expand, which will be discussed further later on in this presentation. Melbourne and Victoria also benefits from major events. White Night Melbourne was introduced as a nighttime arts event, and crowd numbers have matched or even surpassed those than the New Year's Eve celebrations. It was so successful that last year, White Night expanded to Ballarat, and May this year will come to Bendigo and Geelong for the first time, transforming the regional Victorian nightlife economy. We have a calendar of well-known annual events such as the Australian Open, the Melbourne Grand Prix, the AFL Grand Final and the Melbourne Cup Carnival, and we've been successful in hosting numerous one-off events too. All these have provided a stimulus to our economy, including our nighttime economy, where some people continue to go out and celebrate after attending a major event. We realise that we're becoming more casual as time goes by, with less rules guiding and more freedom as to how we go about our day and night, and we're embracing that. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. We're embracing our culture and society as it is, and right into the future. And eventually, Melbourne and Victoria as a whole will be a place that never sleeps, which is what I'm working towards. So many of you would have known that Melbourne and Victoria is known as a hub for culture, shopping, sport, music and entertainment, with many of those precincts located within or just a stone's throw from Melbourne CBD. Whilst we are proud of this status and our reputation, all contributing to Melbourne being the most livable and happiest city in the world, it shouldn't be taken for granted. In a dynamic and competitive environment, many cities in the world, from big cities to small cities, are looking at ways to improve their image. Melbourne, as a world-renowned city, needs to continue to look at ways to expand on the offerings and make people's lifestyles better. If we do nothing, we'll eventually be beaten by other places in the world, which is something I don't want to see it happen. Under my leadership, I wanted to transform Victoria into a place where it's open for business 24 hours a day, metro or country. This will be a game changer for Victoria, generating billions of dollars into the Victorian economy and creating thriving businesses. There are long-lasting benefits in transforming Victoria into a 24-hour economy. Firstly, there will be a massive influx of jobs created from many industries, such as the hospitality, retail, entertainment, events, and transport industry. This will help to reduce unemployment, but in particular youth unemployment. A 24-hour Victoria will help young people gain talent in many industries, and overseas people, particularly the most talented, can fill in the gaps too. Note that a 24-hour Victoria allows people to go to almost every weekday need or want to go. There's also a sense of community satisfaction, as people can easily plan things accordingly and have more flexibility as to what they wanted to do in their free time. As mentioned before, having more flexibility will help to reduce traffic congestion, as not many people will have to go to one place at one time. There are also improved non-material living standards to go with it too. I refer non-material living standards as quality of life for those who may not have background knowledge of economics. For instance, we feel a sense of enjoyment and happiness, which improves our quality of life, where we get the opportunity and privilege to hit up a pub or club late at night, free from any curfews or unreasonable restrictions. All those benefits translate to a reimagined Victoria where we are proud of the way Victoria is functioning. As a result of Victoria's great reputation, there are more visitors coming to Victoria than ever before, and we will make sure that by having a 24-hour economy, Victoria will be a more welcoming place. My first strategy that I have is to extend trading hours. So, in the past few years, Melbourne City Council has extended trading hours to at least 7 PM for shops and shopping centres in the Melbourne CBD. They used to close at 5:30 PM Monday to Wednesday, as with most suburban Melbourne shopping centres. More recently, Chadstone extended the weekend trading hours to 9 PM on Saturday and 7 PM on Sunday. In a number of Asian economies such as Singapore, Malaysia and Thailand, shops open till late at night. My push is for all shops and shopping centres in the Melbourne CBD, as well as shopping centres such as Chadstone, Knoxie, High Point, Farringate, Southland and expanded Warren Ponds shopping centre to open until at least 10 p.m. every day, and for more department stores, shops, supermarkets, cafes and restaurants to open 24 hours a day. This will increase activity in the major precincts, generating much needed employment in the retail and hospitality industry, particularly young people who are looking for work, and will be convenient for those who want to shop around after a hard day's work, making the most that we have to offer. Things have changed a lot since the introduction of 24-hour supermarkets and Sunday trade in the 1990s. Second thing, I wanted people to have more options when planning a night out. This is why I want to make it easier for licensees and venues to apply for liquor license. And changes to Victorian liquor licensing law, which can involve removal of unviable restrictions, will allow for that. In 2015, liquor licensing poles in Melbourne's inner eastern dry zones have been scrapped, which simplifies the application process for a liquor license. The benefits of having more bars and clubs far outweigh the disadvantages, provided the licensees follow regulations and ensure those in their venues can have a night out safely. Obviously, the liquor licensing process and regulations have to be the same and simple for all venues, old or new, big or small, and they should be able to have unrestricted trading hours. There will be more employment created in the process, and venues with a clean record will be offered incentives such as extra cash from the government. In the future, I would anticipate that nightclubs will form in Melbourne suburbs, and there's also an opportunity for new nightclub projects to form in urban renewal areas such as Fisherman's Bend, Montague and the E-Gate precinct in Docklands. I'll discuss how the impact of venues, new or old on residents, can be mitigated later in this presentation. In the past several years, there has been talk of a second casino in Victoria. Whilst this is the case, it doesn't receive as much attention as New South Wales and Queensland proposals for more casinos. In fact, Crown is currently building a second casino in Sydney, and Brisbane has just started building a casino in Queen's Wharf, possibly to replace the existing Treasury Casino building. That will be completed in 2021 and 2022 respectively. Discussions are also underway for a second Gold Coast casino. In Victoria, the only venue with a casino licence is Crown Casino, located at the south bank and the edges of the Yarra River. Small Melbourne's growing population, that casino will have to be expanded in the near future. There's a town that will be built to the east of the casino that will be mixed use, which will be completed by 2024, and which will link the town to the casino complex. Further expansions would utilise land to the south of the casino, where the expanded building could be built above Kingsway and around Crown Promenade. A bridge or subway linking the casino complex to the exhibition centre is also likely sometime in the future. This expanded Crown Casino will include new casino tables, but also new bars and restaurants to go with it as well. A second casino for Victoria will almost likely to be in regional Victoria, with Mildura, Bendigo, Ballarat and Geelong being considered as possible candidate cities to host Victoria's second casino. Casinos are a major source of revenue for government. We had a night network that allows partygoers to get back home safely at a affordable price, and has been running for more than 2 years. Before that, they had to get home on night via buses, which was less accessible. Under my leadership, the night network, which consists of all-night trains, trams and buses, will be expanded, and this will be based on demand for a late night out. In the future, we'll have all-night public transport to run on the day before public holiday. We could see trains running every 30 minutes at night to every Melbourne train line, and every hour to Ballarat, Bendigo, Geelong and Gippsland, and vice versa. Trams and buses will also run more often to more suburbs, while Shepparton and Albury, Wodonga residents towns in between will have night bus services leaving the city at 1:30 and 3:30 a.m. and in the long term there will be a night bus between Geelong and the Surf Coast and will connecting with the Melbourne to Geelong train service. One key thing about the night network is that party goers from regional and rural areas can enjoy a night out in Melbourne without hassle, unlike other Australian cities. Some world-class cities such as Berlin, Amsterdam and London have all-night public transport designed to get people home. So it's great that Melbourne, which is a continuing emerging global city, has all-night public transport too. That way people won't have to rely on taxis or Ubers often to get home, thus relieving pressure on household budgets, which can be used for other things or having another night out. It also means people won't be tempted to drive home after having too much to drink, therefore further reducing the incidence of drink driving. Of course, economic activity shouldn't just be restricted to Melbourne, but all of Victoria should benefit from a 24-hour economy. I mentioned before about establishing pubs and clubs in Melbourne suburbs. This can provide people with more options to have a night out. And Melbourne's Bayside suburbs, Frankston, Ringwood, Werribee and Bendigo will probably be given priority as it's located close to popular attractions and hotels. I also mentioned about some regional areas having lockout laws. Unlike Melbourne, we can pay at any time during the night. The notion of being able to have a night out without a lockout or last length time anywhere in Victoria should be embraced. Now, some people head out of town this evening to see popular attractions to head to the great outdoors, and there's every potential that having a night out in the country can be added to that list too. In addition, we could have tourist attractions in the country, having extended trade hours to Gay at night, for Southern Hills Ballarat, Gold Mine in Bendigo, Dallas Street, Mildura, Yarra Valley Wineries, the Arthur's Seat Share in the Wodonga Peninsula, and cruises in Phillip Island and Wilson's Pond. There will also be campsites and hotels south around 12 if possible, a place where I might do a road trip down there at night. There are also longer term plans for a 24-hour Victorian economy too. Firstly, we could have a nightmare for Melbourne and possibly regional centres too. Some cities in the world such as London and Amsterdam have nightmares and they work really well ensuring the vibrancy and safety of the nighttime economy. Depending on demand, on some train lines, services could also run all night Sunday to Thursday. For example, trains to Sunbury, Ringwood and Bendigo. There will be more pubs, clubs and an increase in residential apartments to go with simultaneously. So having a balance between these two is pivotal. Rezoning of land will ensure pubs and clubs are not located close to residential apartments, ensuring those who have to sleep won't be impacted by noise. Just as important as not locating too close to airports. Pubs and clubs that are already close to homes and apartments can have noise barriers installed. There will also be an emphasis in securing more events to Victoria and gives Melbourne's long list of major events. Perhaps regional Victoria may be given priority in securing new events. That way, it will help ease Melbourne's workload. In the country, you have some music festivals and horse races, but the more events we have, the better it is in helping the Victorian economy prosper. Events attract people to Melbourne and Victoria. Finally, I'll work with the federal government and airlines about launching all-night domestic flights, given Melbourne Airport is a 24-hour airport. For trial, if I could leave Melbourne Airport for Newcastle at 4 am, and if that goes well, all-night flights to Brisbane and Sunshine Coast could happen too, with Sydney to follow suit once the new Western Sydney Airport is completed. These flights will suit people having a night out in Melbourne from interstate. Thanks for your time. If you want to know more about me and what I'm doing to deliver a better Victoria, be sure to head to my website, and from there there's links for you to follow me on the State Elections Facebook page and Instagram. Also, Also, feel free to hook up me up with an email if you want to get in touch with me too. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, if you've got any questions or queries about this presentation, be sure to hook me up by leaving a comment below. Again, thanks so much.